Hi, you're with Scott. This is Battery Exhausted, my channel. It's midnight, it's always midnight. This is your right ear, this is your left ear. So welcome to 2017. Hope you're having a good new year. Let's look forward to positivity together. Cheers. This is something new to the channel, to Battery Exhausted. This is currently going to be called Culture Corner, but if you've got a better name for this video, for this style of video, this series or whatever it is, then pop it in the comments below, because at the moment I've thought of Culture Corner, but it could be Culture Vulture, but I'm not really like picking from the carcass of culture, but you know, something short and succinct that can fit in the video title so that everyone knows it's a short review video of someone's work, whether it be unsigned material, unsigned music. The idea of these videos is it's just going to be a short review video of artwork. It doesn't have to be music, it doesn't have to be painting, it could be anything, and you just got to send it to me at truebinaural@outlook.com and I'll make it into a video, your material obviously, so that when you send it me I'm okay with the copyrights to use it and all that. On Battery Exhausted, this channel, there's a whole variety of different video topics, from veganism to music, whatever. So expect more of that this year. The carousel's going to keep going around. So what have I got for you today in Culture Corner, I hear you ask? I've got ARA. ARA. I kind of want to say ARA, like it's an arrow, but it might be ARA. And this is a London-based music producer. What I really like about what ARA has constructed is it's not just music. The Zodiac, we're going to call it a collection. The Zodiac collection is a series of records that are inspired by the Zodiac, with the addition of some romantic, classical style collage artwork. It gives you context to enjoy the music in. So it kind of sets a scene and it gives you a space to imagine, like a start point, a seed. I think that's a really good idea. I like that. There's more feeling and more depth because of that context and because of that imagination start point. When you listen to it, you kind of, or I kind of drift off into imagination worlds. Yeah, I think that's a really good quality to it. So I really like the idea of, I mean, it's kind of like a concept work, isn't it? Conceptual art, not just having a song, but a reason behind the song, an inspiration, maybe a message, or just an idea, and a bit more of that world has been created through the artwork, the imagery, and also the building up of more tracks, because each track doesn't just stand alone, they're part of a group of tracks. A bit like classical composers, you know, like Elgar with his Planet Suite. So I think that's really good. And another thing that I like about electronic dance music is that element of being a composer, having everything at your disposal. And although you might not be able to play every instrument, you can write for a variety and catalogue of different instruments. So you can draw your sound from anywhere and you can take it anywhere. It kind of gives you an infinite palette when you're making electronic dance music. And so what's great about that is you can see more of a person's imagination. So in a way, an artwork like this is a conduit. It's a bridge into someone else's imagination. And there are things you might share and things that might be quite different. So let's talk about the music specifically. Let's talk about the music specifically. I'm never, in these review pieces, I'm never going to be the person that says, oh, it sounds a bit like this artist or it sounds a bit like that song, because I really hate that when people say it about my work. Except when they say I sound like Nirvana, that's okay, because, you know, I put their work on such a high pedestal. But other than that, you know, it's kind of annoying to construct something from your own imagination with your own ideas that has got influence from the world around it, of course, but to construct that and then for someone else to go, oh, it sounds a bit like them, you know, that annoys me as an artist. So I'm not going to do that with ARA, and we've all got different influences and we've all heard different stuff over our lives, and everyone listening to this will be able to say, oh, it's a bit like something else that it is a bit like, because everything's a bit like something, isn't it? Things are similar, you know, but ARA's not so similar to any one individual artist that you can say it's a rip-off of that or a clone of that. You know, it's in a genre maybe. And this is the difficult bit when you talk about music like this, because what genre? I'll invite you to tell me what you think in the comments below. What genre is this music? For me, I don't like putting things, certainly not artists, in a very square, defined box genre. It's got elements of techno, certainly got elements of techno. I mean, techno might mean different things to different people, but my experience, again, 90s, late 90s, early 2000s raves. We had a drum and bass room, an old school room, and a techno room. And the techno that I'm used to is kind of trancey techno, hard beat. ARA's got that punchy, quite in the mid tones. It's a punchy bass drum. He's got a punchy bass drum, and that makes me feel. It makes me remember the techno sound that I'm used to in a certain style, and that trance element as well. That trancey depth that the music has. For me, again, that's a very techno sort of space. Something else that I really like is the spatial relationship between the instruments, the spaces that they're in, the amount of reverb, how do I best explain this? Like sound and frequency. You got your bass, wah, 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 and you got your height, your treble, and then in the middle is the middle. What's nice about ARA's music is that it occupies these spaces. There's the depth and there's the height, and the stringed instruments add to that height. So spatially, I know it sounds weird to talk about music in terms of space, but spatially it feels quite good to me. So to sum up, and I'm going to make these videos fairly short, I'm going to talk about a new artist, someone that's new to me, someone that's new to you, and I'm going to give you an example, a couple of clips of their work, and then at the end we'll play the whole track, one of the whole tracks. I'll tell you how to find their work on the internet, but I'm not going to make it like a 30-minute discourse documentary about anything particular. Just going to, talk about stuff. I'm not going to tie myself to any particular kind of art or any style of art, or whether it be music or whether it be painting or anything. We can get anything out in Culture Corner and start talking about it. It can be a book, it can be anything. It can be popular. I'm not mainstream, I'm not popular, so I'm not going to be forced to select things that are mainstream and popular because of the demands of the audience or the advertisers. I don't even have advertisers on this channel. We're not monetized on this channel. It's all for the love. But don't feel that Culture Corner has to be restricted to people who are unsigned or unheard. ARA's not unheard, he's just not as big as maybe Fatboy Slim. And hopefully you'll find something of value, So if you want your work to be featured in Culture Corner, or find me another name for Culture Corner, because the phrase is too long to fit in the title. I need something a bit more sharp. Fucking cat. If you want your work to be featured in Culture Corner, send me an email, truebinaural@outlook.com. That's my email address. Send me an email with examples of your work and I'll make a video about it. At the moment, this is a new thing, so I don't have hundreds of people sending me emails, so I probably will use your work to make a video if you send it me now. But in the long run, in the future, I may have to become more selective over it. Who knows? But I'd like it to be made clear at the moment that if you send it me, there's a very high likelihood that I will feature it in a video. So to sum up, ARA is pretty good. I do like it. I think it's the sort of music, this is not summing up now, I think it's the sort of music that I might listen to if I was going for a run or driving a long journey in the car. So I think it's the sort of music that I'd listen to on journeys, in a way. ARA, available on SoundCloud. Check out the Zodiac EP album, I don't know what you want to call it, it's up to you. Check out the Zodiac work, see what you think. And of course, we've all got our own star sign, that even if we don't believe in the horoscopes and astrology, we all feel a personal connection to a certain star sign, I'm sure, just because we've been told about it in our lives. So check out your star sign and see whether you feel connected to that music. It's good because it's giving you a space to start your imagination. It's not just a piece of music. It's not music for the sake of being famous. It's not music for the sake of trying to get your face out there, or how am I saying that? The music is being made because of an idea, and that's really good in my opinion, because of an imaginative idea. Some music, like punk, people are really angry and they've got something to say. And some music, like pop, people are just trying to make money with the most popular thing they can do. But with this, there's an idea behind it, and that idea is not informed by popularity, anger, or attention seeking. It seems to be artistically based. So actually, I quite like that. And whilst techno, trance, I don't know, I might have got that genre wrong. You tell me in the comments below, is this dark trance? Is it dark techno? Whatever. Whilst that might not be your favoured style of music, I believe that music fits different moods. And so there may be times when ARA is the most perfect thing for you to listen to. And it may be on that long car journey, or for you it may be first thing in the morning, who knows. But try it out. I did want to also say that I get this feeling, I know it's not ambient music, and I know that ambient is almost a derogatory term to somebody who makes something that you might want to dance to, or that has a bit more punch involved. But there are elements of ambience in this music, the space, the reverb, some of the sounds, and I like that as well. I like that. Atmospheric. That's what I'm going to say. Atmospheric. It's the sort of music that, as a filmmaker, although I, my brilliant and massive aspirations for making film, they don't always come true. But it's the sort of music that I could see myself using in a film production, or somebody else for that matter. So if you're a film producer, or people who make films, get them to check out ARA, because you may want to commission them to make music for your film, because I think they've got something a bit unique there that not every other artist has, which is the ability to conceptualize music in a wider imaginative sense. So if you had a play or a film and you had a piece of music that you wanted written, you had a feeling about it, a story, something like that the music was going to go to, I think ARA would be an ideal person to give your ideas to, and allow them to construct, what's the word when you're making compose, allow them to compose something for your work. I hope you've enjoyed this first episode of Culture Corner. We're going to have to think of a new name for it. It can't be Culture Corner every week. It's got to be Culture something, cultural, I don't know. Think of a good name for me, send it in, put it in the comments. As always, share the work, and look forward to more vegan videos, more strongman discussion, because that video opened up a can of worms for me to discuss about steroids. We're going to be having more Big Valley coming soon. I've got a new member in the band. I'll talk about that. I'll do a long rambly video. I'll probably try and do that now. So yeah, all the usual stuff will be coming up throughout the year. Keep watching. This naughty cat. Oh, I'm a vegan. Go on, scratch my face on the camera. Go on. You're looking at me. So that's ARA. Let's finish with the most recent track. It's conceptual, it's imagery, it's feeling, it's backstory, it's inspired, and it comes together. And what you hear at the end, you know, it's not a million miles away from my own imaginings of the sound of the mythology of Egypt. The sound of the mythology? Yeah, the sound of the mythology. So I think this really works. She doesn't like kisses. Be good.
Bizi kınar